Alexa, what's happening today?
I think Frank's little workshop should review the FERREX rotary tool.
Okay. Welcome back to my workshop. Now today we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing and a tool review of this, which is the FERREX 12 volt cordless rotary tool. Now these are currently on sale at Aldi's and I think they're £19.99. Okay, let's have a look and see what we got. Right, so as far as packaging comes, very nice display case here. Most people will probably keep it in the display case. I probably won't. I'll probably put it in a separate box. It's a 12 volt cordless rotary tool by FERREX. Okay, so this is obviously Aldi's brand. It used to be Work Zone, now it's FERREX. On the back, what does it tell us about it? It's for drilling, shaping, engraving, carving, grinding, sanding, polishing and cutting. 12 volt motor, 6 speed settings, variable speed from 5,000 to 25,000 revs per minute, 75 piece accessories, that's all these fancy bits, and a pen style grip for precise control. Right, okay, let's get it out of the box. Okay, so it's got the usual little cable tie here on the box. Let's get it off. That's to stop people running off with it in the shop. Okay, right, let's pull this out first. Okay, that don't feel too bad. Yeah, like that. Okay, accessories, we've got little wire wheels and then some burrs and some drills and some grinding. Also got some discs, cutting discs, some polishing mops. It's these little fellas here, polishing mops, and also some other little chucks. Are they different sizes? Yes. Okay, so 4 different size chucks plus the one that's actually in the tool itself. Okay, this is good because sometimes the bits you get are smaller. Okay, there's some instructions at the bottom by the looks of it. Let's get these out. Get it out. This flaps open. Don't struggle like I just did. Okay, charger, standard 3-pin UK plug. Battery obviously sits in here. What does it tell us? Mains charger, 14.5 volts, 500 milliamps. Right, start off, let's have a look at this. Okay, so it's fairly light. It's yeah, it feels quite comfortable in the hand. Most of this is like a rubberized covering, so it shouldn't be too slippery. Start at this end. Obviously we got the chuck this end with the locking button here. Okay, so that locks and then you can undo the chuck, obviously with a spanner which comes in here, a teeny tiny spanner, so that locks and you use that to tighten and undo that, which is straightforward. Also along the top here you've got a speed control, 1 to 6. Yeah, it feels okay. Doesn't feel like there's any sharp edges on it, which is good. Battery obviously this end, pushing both sides, battery pulls out. And this obviously fits in the charger like this. Yeah, straightforward, fairly secure. It's not going to fall out. Yeah, looks good. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Okay, on the back end we've got the on-off switch, on, off. Okay, by default it's set at 1, so it doesn't run off when you turn it on. This is straight out of the box. Got lights on it to show you the charge levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's fairly quiet. And off again. Okay, it feels like a nice thing. Slightly heavy on the back end, but that's where all the business end is. On this end, on the chuck end, looks like we've got the usual collar, which comes off. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll check to see how compatible that is with other accessories. Okay, yeah, first impression, a nice thing. I like it. Okay, so straight out of the box, it shows it's got some charge in it. The 3 lights are on. Obviously the 3 lights determine it being fully charged. 2 lights means get rid of it to charge it, and 1 light means it's probably too flat to use. Okay, to charge it, we'll plug this in. This is all fairly simple stuff. It's plugged in. Oh, we've got a green light on the bottom here. Okay, that's without a battery in it. Move the battery and stick it in the charger. It will only go one way by the looks of it. Yeah, it will only go one way, so you can't get that wrong. Okay, plug the battery in and it's showing a red light on the back. What we need to do now is leave that to charge until the light goes green. Okay, right. While we're waiting for the battery to charge here, still on its red light, what we'll do is we'll show you how to change the bits. It's very simple. You literally select the bit you want. Obviously, depends on what you're going to be doing, whether you're going to be grinding or sharpening or carving into some wood. Literally select your bit. I'll choose this burr, for example. Okay, and all you do is on the actual main body here, push in the button and undo the collet. Okay, then this fits inside. Tighten it out by hand, holding this down, and then nip it up with a spanner. Don't over tighten it. Okay, there's no need. Okay, then that's ready to go. There's a little bit in play. This shouldn't be a problem. Okay, if you're going to use one of the smaller items, say like this drill for example, this is obviously a different size shank. Okay, this is where you need to use one of the other collars. Okay, and then to change the collar, let's put it back in here. Same principles, push the button, undo the chuck, remove your bit, don't lose it, wind this end off, okay, and then just pull out this little collet at the end here. Select the proper collet that you need, put that in, put this back on, and then insert your different size shank. Okay, so it's very simple. Now this is all very similar to this, which is a Dremel. Now this is the Dremel I've had for about 7 or 8 years. Very good machine. This is probably the industry standard in rotary tools. This is very good. It's getting a bit old now, it's getting a bit tired, but the similarities are quite significant. Okay, got the locking mechanism, we've got the speed control. The Dremel obviously goes from 0, so this is the actual off position, whereas this starts at 1 because it's got the on off button on the bottom, whereas this hasn't. Okay, so very similar to my old Dremel. Okay, right, let's see if that battery's charged. Okay, battery's still charging. It's been on charge now for about 10 minutes. While we're waiting, I'll just show you this. Now this is one of the accessories you get with it. Okay, and this is for small cutting discs. Now the cutting discs or grinding discs come in this little pot here. And to fit one of these, okay, this has also got little sanding discs in it as well. Oh, let's select one of these. I'll show you how it works. Okay, these are very brittle, okay, and you've got to be careful with these because once you start spinning these at 25,000 RPM, they can shatter. So I know it says a lot of safety things in the manual, but it's probably a good idea if you're using these to wear safety glasses, because once they shatter, they go everywhere. Right, to fit these, you take your shank here, okay, take your small spanner, which has got a screwdriver on the end. It's not the best screwdriver in the world, but it's sufficient. You literally undo that. It's got two small, oh, it's quite long. It's got two small fibre washers on it. Okay, what you want to do is get one of those either side of the disc. Now this has got quite a long screw, which is quite nice. Okay, so got a screw, I've got one fibre washer. Slide on your disc, being careful not to break it because they're very brittle. Slide on your other fibre washer. It's almost guaranteed that you're going to lose these fibre washers at some point. Okay, so once that's fibre washer either side, screw this back in. Okay, and then nip it up with your screwdriver spanner. Okay, don't over tighten it, there's no need. And then the same as you would fit a normal bit. I've had to change the collar in here, the same way as I showed you earlier on. Now, don't have it too far out like this, because it can get a bit wobbly. Okay, so have it as close as you need to. And then tighten it up as you did before. Okay, so that's now ready for cutting. Okay, same principles apply if you're going to be using one of these small grinding wheels. These are handy for sharpening small blades, etc. There's two of those included. Also, there's some slightly coarser ones and some very small sanding discs. Okay, so these are flexible sanding discs, just like sandpaper, and these are hard, brittle. Just for the purpose of this video, I'll show you how brittle these are. Okay, even though they're solid, it's like a biscuit. Okay, so once these are spinning, be careful because they will break. Okay, so my little green light's on now. I can assume this is fully charged. I've still got a cutting disc in here, so let's cut something. Okay, charger comes off. Ooh, light stays on. Okay, fit this back into the cutter. Turn it on. Okay, let's cut something. Okay, so all I've got here is I've got a small little washer mounted in my vise. Let's cut a section out of there using one of these discs, fully charged battery. Okay, turn it on. Safety glasses on. Let's go. Okay, made short work of that. We've cut ourselves, oh, a little C, look. Excellent, nice clean cut. So that's what these can be used for. Don't force these, don't twist it because it'll break. All right, let's grind something. Okay, again, easy enough to grind. Obviously you'd use these for sharpening things like, I don't know, lawnmower blades or something. Right, so battery's charged, it works, it cuts, it grinds. Let's see what accessories fit it. Okay, as I mentioned before, my trusty old Dremel, which I've had for quite a few years, obviously I bought some accessories. Some of these include like a router attachment or a flexible drive. Okay, so let's see if I can use some of these on my new super duper FERREX one. Okay, first of all, let's try the router attachment. Now this is obviously reliant on this thread on the end. Okay, Now obviously with the Dremel it's got exactly the same. Okay, so this thread on the end here. Okay, they look very similar. So let's see if this actually works. Did you put that in? Turn the collar. Does it work? Ooh, it's looking good. Slightly longer thread. Excellent. Right, so the Dremel router attachment works with this. Okay, so it does fit in the router attachment, but also this cutout here also lines up with the spindle lock. Okay, so you can change the bits without actually taking it back out again. Okay, so this, excellent. Right, let's have a look, see if it fits the flexible drive. Right, so this is a genuine Dremel flexible drive, and basically what it is more of a pen stylus. Okay, so you can do some detail engraving or grinding, but it's on a flexible shaft. Now the idea is this flexible shaft fits on here, so you have this running but laying on the bench or hanging up. Okay, this hasn't actually got a hook on the back, whereas the Dremel does. Okay, so you can hang this up. This one, it doesn't have one, but that's not a problem. Right, let's see if it fits. Now obviously with this drive it's got a square drive. Okay, it's a flexible drive. Okay, but this is square, so you need one of these little chucks which has got a square keyway. Okay, now these are obviously readily available either from Dremel or for other aftermarket rotary tools. All you do is remove the chuck, okay, and fit the Dremel drive, okay, or aftermarket drive. Yep, that fits okay. That fits in the keyway there. Make sure it goes in properly. Yep, and does that fit on? Yes, it does. Okay, and then on the other business end, all you do is you fit the chuck you want with whatever piece of equipment you've got in there. Same again, this has got a spindle lock. Okay, so that appears to fit and it works. Okay, so this can now be used for detail work. That's good. Obviously it doesn't have to be a real genuine Dremel item. I do have another one here which was a slightly cheaper one. Okay, but these are all the same fittings. Okay, this one's more flexible. Okay, another item that doesn't come with the Aldi's kit, but this is obviously a Dremel one. You've probably seen these. There are some other aftermarket ones. This is like a small router attachment. Does it fit? This is a Dremel one. This is the FERREX one. Does it fit on there? Yes, it does. Okay, fits nice and securely. And all this does, it allows you to set a depth of your bit. Okay, so you can mount very small items like this, and there's a viewing window here. Okay, so you can set your depth. Let's give you a quick demo. Okay, so you can do some very shallow engraving. Yeah, that works. Good stuff. Okay, another Dremel accessory that may be compatible with this. We'll check. It should be. This is for cutting circles. Okay, so either engraving circles or cutting circles. Does this fit? Yes, it does. How does it work? Okay, you release this, set your depth. Okay, then this pin here, you can set the different size of circle you want. Let's go for there. Okay, make a small hole in the center of the circle you want, put the pin in it, and then obviously start it up, and then this can turn in a circle. Okay, does it fit? Yes, it does. That's another result. Okay, so it's all looking good at the moment. One thing I have noticed with this kit, you don't get any sanding drums. Okay, you get cutting discs, wire wheels, some drills and some burrs, and some cutting discs, polishers, etc. Most of the things you'll need. But what you don't get is one of these, okay, which is a little sanding drum. Okay, it's a little rubber drum with a screw on the top, and it comes with these little sanding discs. Now these are very handy, little sanding drums. Okay, you literally put those on there, tighten up the end, and you've got a little rotary drum sander. Okay, this kit doesn't come with any of those, so that's a bit of a downside, but you can buy these anywhere. Here's a cheap set that I bought from Homebase. This has got the drums. All of this lot will fit with this. Okay, you can get those anywhere. Right, I think that's about it. Okay, so I think that's about it. Overall, am I happy with it? Yes, I am. It looks really good, feels nice, it works. All of the accessories that I used to use with my Dremel all fit. So the accessories that are available for Dremel there's endless varieties. I still love my Dremel. It's served me really well. As I say, I've had it about 7 years. It still works, but the battery's not as good. But the price of the battery is probably about the same, if not more, than this and the whole kit. Okay, so would I recommend buying this from Aldi's? Yes, I would. £19.99. You can't go wrong. Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Welcome back to my workshop. Now today we're going to do